Hi, welcome back to Depth, Not Just Headlines. I'm Deborah Anderson. We're looking at the April figures in terms of losses faced by companies across the globe, specifically here in the United States. The construction companies and airline industry were hardest hit with losses up to 40%. Tech giants actually fared a little bit better at 25% for the most part. So hiring in April was the worst yet.
LinkedIn is known worldwide as the home of business owners, executives, job seekers, and recruiters as a whole. And their economic graph team sent out a report today stating that big consumer tech companies continued to hire in April, filling roles ranging from account executives to product managers. This, however, did not stop the companies from dropping their hiring by 25% month over month. And these are companies in the software and IT industry. And even then, they still fared better than those in the travel and construction industries because they saw huge drops by as much as 40%. Now, the downward trend started in March, but as the pandemic worsened and shelter in place began taking effect in April, that's when the hiring basically made huge drops. So, according to LinkedIn, their hiring rate skidded by 23.9% month over month from March, which was already at a really bad level, right? And this was like the lowest if you look at the a 6 month trend, right, over the past 6 years. So basically that's the worst we've seen yet. So the manufacturing, consumer goods, energy, and mining industries, they slumped more than 30%, right? While real estate and construction really dropped approximately 40%. The worst hit, however, was recreation and travel, with a drop of more than 30%, right? So there were some companies such as DuPont, Sonic Automotive, and American Express that have actually announced hiring freezes within the last few weeks, right? Many more have just basically shrunk their payrolls with mass layoffs or furloughs. And we can think about Airbnb that just this week released 25% of its workers across the globe. And we could also look at Uber that released some 3,700 of its workers, and that will be costing them $20 million in severance and other termination costs, right? But for a small cluster of industries are still hiring. And you look all over, whether LinkedIn and other places, but mainly on LinkedIn, you see that it's so funny, even though we've seen the hiring drop so much, the hiring rate now has actually risen a little bit, 2.3% for the hardware and networking industry, which includes semiconductor makers, internet service providers, wireless companies, and producers of computer and networking equipment. Now, according to LinkedIn, the hiring rate for public safety is down by 5%, education down by 6.7%, and agriculture down by 14.6%. Okay, but there is a plus. There are some major entities that are still hiring, and we're talking about Instacart is looking for 300,000 contract workers and a lot of other companies. So if you need a job, just go on to LinkedIn and check out a lot of these companies. Amazon says it's looking to hire 175,000 new workers. Albertsons 50,000, CVS Health 50,000, Walmart 50,000, Dollar General 50,000, FedEx 35, Allied Universal, we're talking about 30,000, the same as Pizza Hut, Ace Hardware, and Lowe's, right? Family Dollar, Walgreens 25,000, Papa John's, 7-Eleven, Kroger.